Okay. Right, so hold on 1 second. Okay. Got everything else ready? Did I see this? Okay. Let me start this off with a serious note. Tomorrow is our GCSE exam. Our GCSE maths exam, and we can't afford to be wasting any more time. So okay, sure, I didn't do any GCSE today. I had a nice break. But I think, this question here is my moment of realization that there's time that I need to actually explore what I'm not getting right. Because if I do the same things over and over again, if I getting the same stuff wrong, that's not going to help me in any way. So that is why we're going to be doing this question together, because it's not easy. That's the whole point of it. It's complicated, it's wordy. And the idea is not only that it helps me, but it helps you. Because I don't want to see this question in the exam and think, gosh, I had the opportunity to do well in it, but now that's too late. So the itinerary for today was to go through this question. Then immediately after going through this question, please ignore the funny joke, but I'm gonna be doing this. Well, you'll show you in detail a bit more. Actually, paper. This one is for the official Hannah Kettle. Who the heck is that? But I've done a lot of it already, so I'm just gonna finish that up. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna just do a bunch of questions of vectors. So you'll be kind of watching me study, watching me go through this, and at the end we'll go through the mark scheme, see what we got wrong. I also got another paper here which I've done. If you give me a second, I can't see this one because it actually has my name in, but I've done it, and I did a vector question which I will redo. See here, it didn't go very well, so we'll redo that at the end to see how much we've changed. So let's begin with the question in hand, which was from July. I just scrolling through, picked random date, July 10th. And this is what it came up with. Give me a second. There you go. So let's read out the question. Can't really see it from where my angle is. But it says OC equals, so every bit of information needs to be utilized and written down when you're doing this question. So if you go along with me, OC, we know that OC equals, well, C, or OD. OD equals D. That will be the most vital bit of information. Oh, wait, yeah, I can kind of see. I'm kind of, wait, what I mean if I like this a little bit. Yeah, I can still see it now. I can see better as well. So, what have you missed? Absolutely nothing. OD, OC. I do apologize for having to go upside down. If you convert your screen anyway, I would recommend it, but I cannot work upside down. Alright. Then point P is the midpoint of OC. So let me just draw out this. It's a pretty awful representation, but you can kind of get where I'm going. That's C, that's D, that's E, official D, O, C, Q, P. So point P is the midpoint, exactly halfway between O and C. This is obviously not a scale. Then Q, it goes there. Q, OD to OE, which is this part to this part, is in the ratio 2 to 3, which will be important later on. The points P, Q, and E are in a straight line. And that is also important because they are parallel. And that will be pretty much the basis of this question. The final piece of information we are told is that dq is equal to k dc. We don't know what this k coefficient is, but we shall see. So the idea is we find k. So as we've seen, we've written down all the pieces of information, but there's still a few more. First of all, we need to work out what d. Well, first of all, OP. We know since OP is just half of OC, it will just be half C. Then we also know that since this is 2/3, this is a 2, that's 3. We can get the OE. If we know that's ratio 2 to 3, we put it over each other, that's 2/3. So we know that OE is 3/2. 3/2 of D, or some people might prefer to say 1.5 over D. So, first of all, we want to know what DC is, because that's going to be a part of the question, and then we'll find out DQ. So DC, if you go, I forgot to put the arrows. Arrows there, seed arrows there. So we'll be going against OD. So we'll be going from DO, and we'll be adding OC, which is basically negative D plus C, which is C minus D to get DC. Now we need to work out, right, this is the bit where I'm unsure if I had to get someone to analyze this bit, because you can get easily confused. So what we now need to work out, we know that's DC, we need to find out what DQ is. Now you can get to DQ by, first of all, we need to take into account what CO is. This is half of C, OP. We can get to C, O, OD, and then D. So DQ would be going that way. Let me see where we go next. Is that okay? Because I have written all this stuff down. Okay. To be fair, DQ that we know that DQ is equal to C K over DC. So what we need to find out is substitute K into the DC. So we can get DC and substitute K into it. Because we know that DQ is, so therefore, if we know that DQ is, of course, C minus D, DQ will equal K over C D, since DQ is just K over that, which would equal CK minus DK. Donkey Kong. Okay, that's not funny. Oh, that's a little funny. Yeah, confusing a little bit. That's fine. So then, what we need to work out would be OQ. Why? Because OQ would help us get to DQ. Okay. So, oh yeah, and to be fair, we just need to get the position of vector Q. So, well, OQ equals OD plus DQ. So OQ would equals, so we know that OD is just D plus CK plus DK. Which isn't very easy to, manage, but you might notice that you can actually factorize this to make it a bit simpler. So you get CK over there, and then you get, so you got D, so D and DK are both factors. So that would be, if you put it over D1 plus K. Oh crap, I messed up. It's minus DK. 1 minus K. So, as I said, why is this important? So we now know what OQ is. Well, we know if you have a straight line, this whole like straight lining collinearity, basically that means this line and this line are both parallel, since they're both straight, they both go through the same points. So probably make a note somewhat on the page that PQ is equal to QE. Equal to, and equal actually equal to P. Well, in a way that they're, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Parallel. So they're both they're not exactly equal. That was a mistake some students might make, but they're both the same proportions in a way. So what we would then do, we would first find what PQ is, and then find what PE is. So PQ is so if you look where PQ is there, PQ, well, you can go CO, OD, and DQ. So we're adding CO, which is half of C, plus D plus DQ, which you've already established is CK minus DK. But you can, luckily, simplify that. If you group the C's together and group the D's together, so C, you get the half C and the CK. Well, to be fair, it might have made more sense if I put K before, but whatever, it's the same kind of thing. That'd give me half plus K C, and then it would give me plus D, or was it minus D? No, it's plus D. There's actually we'll start off there. 1, because this is like 1D minus K D. Okay, so that is PQ. Then for PE, that your favorite subject? Well, that's equal if we look what PE could be. It's a bit more of a longer journey, PO and OE. So PO plus OE gets you PQ. So for that, we already said OE is 1.5D. So that'd go there. And PO is half of C. Well, in this case, since we're going against it, it would be actually negative half C. I've made an error, haven't I? It's negative because we're going against it, so negative half there, negative half there. Oh boy. Just to make it all in integer form, that'd be negative 0.5 C plus 1.5 D. And since they are parallel, they should scale by the same amount, kind of. So for this, you get the two together, a negative half and that, so K negative half would match negative 0.5, because you know these, and then 1 minus K would match 1.5, because 1, I guess. And then we whack that in a ratio where K minus 0.5, nothing's changed, just made that into the same form as that, really. And over negative 0.5, we put that over that, and that over that. And then same kind of thing with this one, 1 minus K and 1.5. And then you can do cross multiplying to solve them. Or cross adding. 1.5. Yeah, you just cross multiply. So if we want to make that to that, it'll be, so that's negative 0.5 minus half K. Which is pretty much equal to 0.5K if we want to do that. And then for this one, 1.5K minus 1.5 times 0.5. 0.75. Yeah, negative 0.75. Okay. And then, since these are basically equal to each other, you write them out in full equation. So 1.5K minus 0.75 is equal to 0.5 minus 0.5K. You can simplify that if you move that K to one side. So 0.5. Actually, two negatives equal positive. So negative 0.5K minus that. From that would give you just K on its own. And then 0.5, and add that to that, 0.75 plus 0.5, negative 0.5, right? Which gets me 0. It's okay, hold on, let me say something. 0.25, which is equal to 1/4. So K is equal to a quarter. I realized it was mine screen the entire time. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can kind of see the whole workings out there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I forgot how to do it halfway through. But you gotta just break it down step by step, though. The start bit, even if you can gain some marks on that, that's gonna be worth something. Then hope. Oh my god. Then once you've gained marks, just labeling all the sides, doing the bare minimum. Then you can get some marks on that. And then the more working that you do, eventually you come to your conclusion. Make sure you check for all those errors like I have. But it's definitely something I'm going to be looking at tonight when it comes to solving stuff. Yeah. But that is how you do it, guys. How you do that difficult question. It's really hard. That is definitely a 5 marker because of how many steps you do for that. If they could go higher, then I'd say it would deserve to be higher. Let's end it more on light note. Let's do this chill exam. I'm just gonna be quiet. If y'all air a triangle. It's nasty. Oh yeah. Ugh. So we know it's half times 5 plus half to get A. We know that is that. Fair divide. I think that's probably wrong what I've worked out. Hypotenuse will be the biggest side. Area is going to be, quite big. So let's just do half of 5 plus 2. 2.5 plus 0.5, 2. So this equal to 2, this equation plus times A. Okay. Thinking. Could divide it actually. That wouldn't be a bad shout. So divide 7/2 over the 2.5a. To be fair, actually, we'll keep it back to how it was before, but we'll just times times whatever answer we get. Divide by 0.5 for that one, which would give us 22 minus 14 over 2. 5 plus that, okay. And then 22 over 5. Keep change flip might work, maybe. Keep change flip might work in this scenario if we cancel out the stuff afterwards. Change flip. Oh my goodness, that's the same thing. Alright, just cancel out the 5s, cancel out the 2. That divided by that cancels that out. So 14. 5 divided by both of those. So they keep answering the form of that, but we just cancel that out. What? Oh my days, bro. Unless I'm missing something here. Because from this is seeing. Divide root 2 by root 2. Wait. No, it's individual components. But we can imagine that having 1, that's a 14, so that can be 14, 5, and that. You would think that it's 4.2 minus 14. No. There's one scenario which I could do is work backwards. Video solution. Do I have my Damon Portable? I found it's almost time for bed. My rising is crap. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's that? Trying to find my most recent picture. It's literally just the thumbnail bozo. Okay, just see my YouTube recommendation there. Here's the real one. Who said I'm so scared for the exam I'm going to throw up? Let me have a serious talk. If you are getting to this point, then it might already be too late, to be fair. But, oh my gosh, okay. What y'all gonna do is chill out. Take a breather. Do not panic. I know that this paper, I'm not gonna get, this alone will give me a 9. When I have the half term, I'll revise a load of maths. Therefore, paper 2 and 3, hopefully I'll get enough to get an 8. But by now, there's not too much you can do. You just gotta be calm. You gotta be collected. You gotta be simple and get some sleep very soon. Oh, it's not healthy. It's not healthy to be that worried about stuff. I want to get to question 19, mate. Thing is, this is... Shut up. Sorry. I got that one. I got that question. Wait, gang, 30 pi, huh? Yes! Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, you can't see it. There you go. There's a smidgen. Right, matey boy. You need to work out where I've gone wrong here. That's what I've done, bro. Oh, I'm such a moron. It's rationalizing the denominator. Right, hold on. Where's that bit of paper? Let's rationalize these denominators. Okay, so I didn't know what I was doing. That's cool. The thing is, I probably should get a better idea of what type of stuff comes up. Oh, you can kind of see that. Okay, so it's 22 minus 14 pi, 14 over 2 over 5 plus that. Rationalize these denominators. Okay. Oh, see that? Okay, cool. I always do the grid method. I know some of you are smart enough to do it in your head, but the grid method is personally my favorite. That's just 23. Just for the purpose of saving time here, that's 23. Now grid method for the other one. You're not a child if you use the grid method. It is a safe, reliable way of ensuring that you get the full marks. By the way, if you want to do quick 5 times table, just do half of that times 10. It's literally that simple. So let me give you an example. 9, half of 9, 45 times 10. So half of 9, 4.5 times 10, 45. Again, for example, let's say 54. What's half of 54? Well, that's 27. So times that by 10, 270. So 54 times 5 is 270. That is a quick way of doing your 5 times table. Write that down there. So half 5 times equals half of n times 10 for the all maths out there. Anyway, let's get back to this. So half of that, so half of 770, yeah. Half of 14 sevens times 10, 70. Yum, yum, yum. It works. It works though. Negative 14, negative times negative is positive, so every positive 14 root 4, which is just literally 2 times that, it's just 28. Straight up. So you get 110 plus 28 minus 70 minus 22 over 2. Oh, I forgot to put the root 2 there. It's messy. Please try and get. I'll try and get neater handwriting in the actual exam. 138 minus 92 over 2. Can we simplify that further? I'm assuming so. If we can't, I'm in deep trouble. There's not really any easy way of. No, you just got to. Yeah, 23. You can just get the times 2, so that's 46. Times 3, that's 69. Oh, 69. So funny. Times 4, that's 8. 92. Times 5. Half of that times 10. So that would be 11.5 times 10, so 115. It seems like it goes up to 138 there, 23 plus that, so no surprise that's 138. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 20. So we know. Actually, I didn't need to do that, did I? So 23. It equals, if you want to do 138, that's 6. Minus 92, that's 4 over root 2. So your answer, ladies and gentlemen, with the help of someone just to prompt me, 6 minus 4 root 2. Very nice. Very good. Very nice. Lovely. You can actually see that well. Cool. Cool beans. Solid A and solid B are similar. Ooh. The ratio. Oh, it's a vector question. That's actually banging. We need vector. We need vector practice. I sound really British then. Solid A, solid B. Similar. I can read upside down because I'm the goat. The ratio of. I'm joking. The ratio of the volume of a solid A to the ratio of solid B is 8:27. Ratio surface area is 18 centimeters. Yada yada yada. Okay, well, you just need to find the surface area. So immediately we get those two square numbers, so 8:27. It's cube numbers, I meant. That is 2, 2, 3. That's for length. And for surface area, you square both of those. So that's 4, 2, 9. So if we know that the surface area of solid B is 81. So 81 is there. Find it for solid A. Well, we know if we put it in the ratio to 9, 4, 3 times that to get 9 times that third, that's 9. That should be A should equal 36. So the answer would be 36 centimeters squared. Very simple. Just need to make sure you know those ratios. I feel like a real maths YouTuber then. That's cool. 21. I might have to read that short. That's cool. Why do I keep saying that's cool? Now the question 21. What's 9 plus 10? That literally mean the maths exam. Okay. Okay. A lot of right. A, B, C, D, E is a pentagon. 5 sides. Cool. Nice information. BD to BC is A. So we know that. Ratio DP to PC. DP. PC is 2 to 3. Literally like the one we just did. And AB is equal to BC. So work out the ratio. Work out the vector A to P. AP being this one. That's 4 marks. So what we probably should start off with doing is working out the ratio. So let's plan our pathway, because the moment we can plan our pathway, we'll be able to get somewhere. So first of all, let's go D to C again, because we can go from D to C, we can go from, once we work out what DC is, we can substitute that to get what DP is. And once we know what DP is, we'll be able to get from P, D, E, B, and then A. And I suppose they're also parallel, which means I'm pretty sure they're at least in the same range, if not equal. So let's go see what DC is. So go D to negative A, DC to negative A plus B, or make it nicer, B minus A. That's quite simple. So now if we want to split that into 5s, we can split that in, yeah, like I said, total 2 to 3, or we find out what the total is 5. So B A divided by 5, then times 2, so that'd be 2B minus 2A over 5. Yeah, that would be get us DP. Anyway, even though we know that B, And if we know that's BA, we know that this is also BA, since we've, like I said, they are parallel. So what we do now is, like I said, just so we got DP. We know what DP is equals 2b minus 2a over 5. We can now start applying our root to PA. Since AP. Okay, so AP will first go to AB. It equals B minus A. And then actually let's do this in ratio in vector form first. AB equals AP equals AB plus BD. Bold Anno, you get the reference. That was actually meant something different in the RPG. I don't think anyone gets the reference. Sorry. Plus DP. Okay. So we know that AP B minus A plus BD, which is BDI. If your I is very BD, you know that A is A. And then we know that DP is that right? Yeah, it's DC. 2b minus 2a of 5. That equals numbers. I'm kidding. You're going to cancel out the b and the a, so that's just b plus 2b minus 2a over 5. I do not believe you can simplify that anymore. So therefore, that whole voice crack. AP equals b plus 2b minus 2a over 5. I could go down, say, like 0.4b minus 0.4a, but I don't think I'm going to. Let us check if that is correct. I hate functions with a passion. What do you hope comes up? I hope that we get triple brackets, because that is the easiest kind of marks, provided that you check through the book, don't make any mistakes. I just love triple brackets. I'd also happily take, prime product of the common factors, prime factors. Yeah. Vectors, I'm trying to improve on. That's why I've got the questions today. I feel that's the biggest chance of me losing marks. Okay, we already know the answers, pal. I've got it right. And I got that right as well. Some people this person keeps over explaining things. Your video does not need to be 1 hour and 20 minutes long. How much time do you think I've got in my hands? You could literally make it 30 minutes. You just choose to over explain stuff. Oh dear. That does not. Wait. No, that I'm looking at the quadratic thing. I was like, oh, I've gone wrong here. Oh dear. AP. A minus A. I have B minus A. 3/5. They took a different route to me. They took a different route. Ah. I went 3/5. Group like terms. So 2 over 5. Hold on. You put this. I think I might have got the right answer. This is what the answer is. You might be thinking, how the heck do you delusionally think you have the right answer? But let me cook for a second. Because I got y'all can see I just haven't simplified it in its fullest form. Because you can put, if you put b at over 5, that equal 5b over 5, correct? Correct, Amundo? So then I would go ahead, add that to the 2b over 5, which equals 7b. 7b over 5, which is what this lovely person has put. And then the 2 minus 2a over 5, that goes without saying. So I technically would have gotten 3 out of 4 of the marks for that. 3 out of 4. This is the correct answer, fully simplified. Maybe you got to watch out for that as well. So before you're like, so bad at maths. I'm only a little bad at maths, okay? I'm not a complete bozo. Right. This is the last. Oh yeah, funny good joke again. Isaac decent. That's so funny. Conditional probability, right? That's what I'm thinking. Miku. Sorry, actually, Miku's in this paper. The flip rule has him count. Miku has him count in the bag. The counts are brown, blue, or violet. Oh crap! It's almost 10 o'clock. Let's just prioritize and getting this paper done, I think. So three brown counters, 4 more violet counters than blue counters. Mika takes counters in the bag, probably uses both counters of violet. Oh, we're supposed to find out. Doesn't say the total amount of counters. 4/15 of both counters being violet. Count probability that all counters are blue. Right, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to draw a probability tree. If in doubt, draw a probability tree. Quote that from myself. Mathema theories, religion, and philosophy explained. Oh, that's ironic. I didn't make any videos about the Christianity paper. I actually don't do Christianity. I do the short course version. Yeah, anyway. You know, can't always. Brown, blue. Guess what? French, that's blue. I actually prefer French too. Alright, that's crazy. Some people call me insane doing French at A level. They're partly right. It is a bit of a strange idea to pursue. But j'aime parler français parce que c'est bon pour ma santé. J'aime j'aime comprendre les, les personnes de français et rencontrer de nouveaux amis pour des pays étrangers. C'est génial. Do a bit of work. Do a bit of work. Violet. 4/15. Okay, right. We should hopefully find the rest of it. 3 brown counters. She did not say they replace them. Miku did not replace them. This is conditional probability. She did not replace the counters. So this is conditional probability. I do love conditional probability. I did probability in statistics. That's actually diabolical spelling. Is it? I have no idea. Please help me. I'm too tired of this. Oh man, I made this table too small as well. Who cares, man? Well, I don't know what the total number of counters is. Actually, 15. This is simplified, hasn't it? This has been simplified. There's 3 brown counters. And there are 4 more violet counters than blue counters. And 4 x plus 4 or v plus 4. I'm pretty sure you can do that without working out. I'm just gonna do everything that could possibly be equal to it, but mainly looking for that 1, because everything will be minus, right? You choose minus one under the other. Could you 2 and 3? No. 16 over 16. 6 is 3 and 4 actually. 12 has 3 and 4. Which makes sense with this one. 44 is 45 have. 15 and 3, 9 and 5. And this is a bit confusing, isn't it? My battery's low. 10%. I'm going to see what the answer is. I think this would be an important lesson to us either way. My phone battery's low as well. I need to do some charging, including myself. Be quiet, you Miku lover. Ah! The heck is that? Why is it quadratics? Dog, I need a silent prayer. This isn't even anything to do with probability trees. Right, chat. This is not looking good for us. Maybe the power of friendship will get it. So what this person has done here is, what's wrong with the video? Say, okay, Miku lover, go ahead. Okay, yeah, we can read a question, mate. Wow, no kidding. No kidding. I'm gonna copyright it, aren't I? Okay. I'm gonna do a annoying voice. Okay, I'm gonna put on subtitles so you can't copyright me. Ha ha ha. Probably calculating the probability of both counters being blue. Okay, let's put the information. And we know we got brown, we got blue, we got violet. Okay, so we know that there are 3 brown counters and there are 4 more violet than blue. Okay. Nice knowledge. Yada yada yada. What's Mojo Crash? Honestly, though, very clever marketing stunt. Very clever. Very clever marketing stunt, I gotta admit. They find, what? But honestly, this is the last one you would have expected crashing out on some video. The first comment was definitely non-intentional. The second one was definitely just like, oh, let's give so much attention to us. I watched the one for Andor and the rankings were absolutely ass. I'm never gonna watch a single Watch Mojo video again. If I have, I've gone delusional. Cynical, violent, X and F4. Okay, yeah. That's literally. Sorry. I have a drink. I need therapy as well. Why did I say that? Okay. Well, I did my business idea. I can't say what it is actually. But I'm trying to do therapy because I mentioned the business. Like, okay. I've redone it by the way because our IT teacher is not very, good at organizing stuff apparently. What? I hate these brackets. They're so stupid. They look weird as well. There we go. God bless America. I'm gonna do a purple pen of shame. But as long as I'm getting you the video information, then we are going to lock in. Right. Let me guess. Let me guess what we do next. We do -1, so it'll be 2x plus 6 instead, right? Yeah. Okay. Dude, I have brain cells. Oh, I use 415. Okay. This is such a stupid question. It's supposed to be conditional probability, but it's actually quadratics. Why does everything lead to the quadratic formula? Why does everything lead to quadratics, man? That's why I'm just doing a regular equation sheet and the quadratic formula comes up. It's so annoying. No, let's just do the grid method. Let's not overcomplicate ourselves. I hate when people are like, yeah, you can do that. It's so confusing when you draw so many lines. You're like, what am I supposed to do? What you gotta do is the grid method. It's easier, it's simpler. You can lay yourself out a bit better. You can see where the things come from instead of having to try and visualize it all in your head, which I'm not very good at doing. Yeah, I can get some sleep. But to be fair, I cannot rest until I've given you answers that you deserve. More, I'm going to do vectors just to brush up on that, make sure I cannot fall to that. Other than that, I should hopefully be good. And like I said, I don't want to get, I don't need to get 4 nines. I just want to get an 8 on this subject because I'm like, yeah, that's good. If y'all want to get 9s, you can get 9s. I'm not gonna. I never want to put you limits. If you're getting a 5 now, then I know people are saying it's too late. But if you honestly put your hard effort into this exam, put your effort into the next exam, I think you could definitely be capable of getting an 8. I don't think anything is limiting factors. Miracles happen. Miracles happen. Two things like coincidences, and you're just like, wow. Oh, they've just done this goofy ass version. They write down every step of the equation. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you tips. I'm gonna give everyone tips in a moment. Not that I'm qualified to do so, but I'm gonna give a brief send off. What? Oh, they've just done the same thing again. It's an utter disgrace, man. Alright, let's ignore that bit because we've already done. I don't like quadratics. The thing is, these papers, I don't know what's gone wrong with AQA, but they look, everything didn't feel right. Like, I don't like getting easy papers. The biology one is weird, weird, like not easy, but because it just was freaking out how simple it was. Like, apart from the cancer bit, it was confusing for me. It's like, why are you talking about aerogeneration? Where's any go at the heart? Nothing. Not even a simple marker. Nothing about food tests either. What an absolute confuddle. Expand brackets, okay. Does it work technically? Just do 5 times that times 3, so 35 times. Oh, I don't know that. It's 105. Well, you could actually basically work that out if you go 33 times 3, that's 99, and then add 6 onto that. Always in maths, trying to find the easiest way to do things, because mathematicians are lazy and they don't want to spend the time looking at things the hard way. No offense to mathematicians out there. Work smart, not hard. That's where the saying comes from. Oh, I was up last night just thinking about exams. I hate this entire period of time. It's weird, and then you get prom at the end of the you get summer. I don't think I'll enjoy the summer very much because I'll be depressed by my exam results if they suck. Maybe I'll find fun in it. I'm probably just gonna upload a bunch of stuff or like schedule them. Like, usually you get a grade 9, but I'll schedule it in whatever this is. I'm not saying I'm gonna get grade 9 in anything, but I'll just give study tips to help the generation, but I schedule them over the next exam period, maybe even the next exam period, depending on how much I get through. Because I don't go like could relax for a long enough amount of time without doing any work or anything. It's against thy nature. Why you want Okay. I'm getting there. Well, it's 180 as well. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, wait. I know what you do from this bit. Wait, do I? No. You simplify it. What's any of this got to do with the question? So long-winded. Plus 1 x equals 4. I'm doing the subtitles. So we know that x is 4. We knew. So x equals 4. Let's get back to see what they're asking us. So they said countering the probability of both counters being blue. So, well, now we know there are 4 blue counters, and the final counter being x equals at 4 means that 8 violet counters, probably both counters being blue, is 4 out of 15 times 3 out of 15. 14, 14. Wow! That is incredible. Oh, it's simplify as well. Love to do it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Wow. That's the entire exam workings out. Honestly, I'm going to link the video down in the description because it's probably better than I'm doing. 1 hour, like usual. I'm going to go. That's a big ass paper. sometimes just the act of just explaining things. I'm hoping that I remember this. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna talk you through the steps. If I can't talk you through the steps, then what have I learned today? Absolutely diddly squat. If I can talk you through the steps, then that's gonna make all the difference. And we're only 4% computer battery life. Okay. No notes, no book, and let's just see how far we get. So OC is C, OD is D. We know that we want to get the straight line, so we need to get it's a bit harder than write it down. We'd have to try and find OC, then OD, and then DQD to get to PD, and then we'd find QD and they get OE to get we'll get OC and OP to get to P, and then get the difference between that, right? And then we'd do that whole cross multiplication thing, and that would give us the difference, and we can just minus that, make it into a simple equal equation, and then just get that to get a quarter. Kind of makes sense. Kind of. You get QD by just going bam, 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 OD, and then QD, but you can only get that once you get DC. Then what we put for DC, put in QD. Okay, I actually kind of get it. Oh, you can not see it. I actually kind of get it. I was saying that you get to find QD, you go DC, and then you put that into that, but to find how much QD is in that, you have to try and multiply the Q, okay, and just like work in algebra. Alright, before I end you off there, 2%, oh crap, we might not be able to end the stream. Right, no, I'm not even kidding, it's at 2%. Alright, just give it having a go, don't leave any questions blank. Try your best, don't give up, no matter how hard it seems, no matter how impossible these questions are, don't give up, do everything that you can. Try and read the question carefully, read it once, read it twice, even read it 3 times. Make sure that there's nothing in there you're missing, and try and check for mistakes at the end. My computer's glitching out, but who cares? Because this is your exam. This is your time to be you, get these grades, and get on to college and never think about maths again unless you're doing maths A level, which is I'm so sorry for you. Okay? So don't panic, don't stress, get some sleep like I'm gonna do right now. And I'll see you in the morning, and I pray for good for a challenge that doesn't lower the grade round. It's completely like English literature, biology, geography. Yeah, so have a nice sleep, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's stream where we go over history essays because those are cool. Yeah, what? Yeah, probably just go for a whole paper. Bye.